Ben and Westminster Palace. A famous bell. Big Ben is a huge bell at the top of a tall clock tower in London, England. The bell is as heavy as two elephants. Big Ben, the tower, and the clock are all important. They are part of Westminster Palace, which is home to Parliament. People all over the world have heard of Big Ben. An old building. Westminster Palace has several buildings. The oldest building is Westminster Hall. The hall is more than 900 years old and is still used today. Kings and queens lived at Westminster until 1512. Burned down and built up. A fire in 1834 burned most of Westminster Palace. 6 years later, there was a search to find someone to build the palace again. Charles Berry got the job. It took 30 years and a lot of money to build the new palace. Augustus Pugin planned the clock that is part of the tower. Pugin decided to make a clock with four faces, one on each side. Each clock face has 312 pieces of glass. Westminster Palace has three towers. For many years, the Victoria Tower was the largest square stone tower in the world. The Elizabeth Tower is the clock tower that holds Big Ben. The central tower was planned as a chimney for smoke from fireplaces inside the palace. Parliament. Westminster Palace is home to Parliament. Parliament is where people make laws for the United Kingdom. There are two houses in Parliament. People in the House of Commons help to decide what laws to make. They debate what the people need. People in the House of Lords have titles such as Lord and Lady. Others are important members of the Church of England. The House of Lords works with the House of Commons to make laws. When everyone agrees, the laws become acts of Parliament. An amazing clock. Big Ben's clock tells exactly the right time. People take good care of it. It takes a long time to clean the clock faces. People clean them every 5 years with soap and water. With its four faces, Big Ben is the biggest chiming clock in the world. People who lived in the United Kingdom can go to the top of the Elizabeth Tower and see Big Ben. There, they also get a great view of London and can see how the clocks work. Anyone can go to the Houses of Parliament, though everyone can take pictures of the clock towers from the outside. Every New Year's Eve, there is a huge fireworks show when Big Ben finishes chiming at midnight. Many people come from all over the United Kingdom to see the show. Big Ben always looks amazing on that night. Ben the Unstoppable. Big Ben is important to the British people. To hear its chimes every day on the radio and television. When bombs damaged of damaged one of Big Ben's clock faces, the bells kept on chiming. Big Ben never stopped.